The year is 1918. World War I has ended. Germany is defeated. The German army returns home. Soldiers feel broken and angry. The empire collapses. The Kaiser abdicates the throne. Germany becomes a republic. Hope is weak and uncertain. The nation is exhausted. Cities are damaged. Factories are silent. Food is scarce. Inflation begins to rise. Families struggle to survive. War veterans feel abandoned. Pride is shattered. Confidence is lost. Germany feels humiliated. The people look for answers. Blame spreads everywhere. Politicians argue endlessly. Democracy feels unfamiliar. The new government lacks trust. The republic feels fragile. Enemies surround the nation. Fear dominates public life. Anger grows silently. Society becomes divided. Extremist ideas find space. Treaty and humiliation. Peace talks begin in Europe. Germany is blamed for the war. The Treaty of Versailles is signed. Germany is forced to accept guilt. Heavy reparations are imposed. Land is taken away. Colonies are lost. The army is reduced. National defense is weakened. Germans feel punished, not forgiven. The treaty is seen as unfair. It is called a national humiliation. Protests erupt across cities. Political anger increases. Trust in democracy declines. Leaders are seen as weak. The government is blamed. The people feel betrayed. Revenge becomes a dream. National pride disappears. Economic pain and social crisis. The economy collapses slowly. Inflation destroys savings. Money loses value daily. Bread becomes unaffordable. Workers lose jobs. Unemployment spreads rapidly. Poverty becomes common. Crime increases in cities. Families lose homes. Hunger becomes normal. The middle class collapses. Farmers suffer heavily. Veterans beg on streets. Children go hungry. Faith in the system fades. Democracy seems powerless. People want strong leadership. Extremists gain attention. Radical ideas spread. Hatred looks attractive. A new voice emerges in this chaos. A voice appears. A man speaks with passion. His words promise hope. His speeches blame enemies. Crowds listen carefully. Anger finds direction. Fear finds purpose. This man offers answers. Simple answers to complex problems. His name spreads quickly. That name is Adolf Hitler. He understands public anger. He knows how to use it. He promises greatness. He promises revenge. He promises unity. Many believe him. Few question him. A dangerous journey begins. The rise of Nazism starts here. Adolf Hitler is born in 1889. He is born in Austria. His childhood is strict and harsh. His father is authoritarian. Hitler struggles in school. He dreams of becoming an artist. Art gives him escape. His father disapproves. Conflict fills the home. Hitler grows resentful. He moves to Vienna. He applies to art school. He is rejected twice. His dreams collapse. Poverty becomes his reality. He lives in shelters. He struggles to survive. Vienna exposes him to politics. Radical ideas surround him. Anti-Semitism is common. He absorbs extreme views. He begins blaming minorities. Hatred slowly takes shape. Failure turns into bitterness. He feels society betrayed him. He searches for purpose. Anger fills his identity. His worldview becomes rigid. Compromise feels like weakness. Blame feels powerful. World War I experience. World War I begins. Hitler volunteers for the army. He fights for Germany. War gives him direction. Discipline gives him belonging. He feels respected as a soldier. He serves as a messenger. He survives dangerous missions. He is wounded in battle. He is awarded medals. The war shapes his thinking. Loyalty becomes everything. Sacrifice feels meaningful. In 1918, Germany surrenders. Hitler is shocked. He feels betrayed. He believes Germany was stabbed in the back. Anger deepens further. Hatred finds justification. Democracy is blamed again. Post-war radicalization. Germany collapses after defeat. Hitler returns to chaos. Revolution spreads in cities. Political violence is common. Fear dominates public life. Hitler joins political meetings. He listens closely. He observes weaknesses. He learns crowd psychology. He discovers his speaking ability. His speeches attract attention. His voice is emotional. His words are simple. He blames clear enemies. Listeners feel understood. Anger becomes unity. Fear becomes purpose. Hitler finds his role. He joins a small party. It is called the German Workers' Party. Entry into politics, Hitler quickly rises inside the party. His speeches draw crowds. He reshapes the party ideology. Nationalism becomes central. Anti-Semitism becomes core belief. Democracy is rejected openly. Violence is justified. The party is renamed. It becomes the Nazi Party. Symbols are created carefully. The swastika is adopted. Uniforms create identity. Parades create discipline. Propaganda spreads the message. Hitler becomes party leader. Loyalty is demanded. Opposition is attacked. Politics becomes confrontation. The movement grows steadily. A new ideology takes root. Adolf Hitler is born in 1889. He is born in Austria. His childhood is strict and harsh. His father is authoritarian. Hitler struggles in school. He dreams of becoming an artist. Art gives him escape. His father disapproves. Conflict fills the home. Hitler grows resentful. He moves to Vienna. He applies to art school. He is rejected twice. His dreams collapse. Poverty becomes his reality. He lives in shelters. He struggles to survive. Vienna exposes him to politics. Radical ideas surround him. Anti-Semitism is common. He absorbs extreme views. He begins blaming minorities. Hatred slowly takes shape. Failure turns into bitterness. He feels society betrayed him. He searches for purpose. Anger fills his identity. His worldview becomes rigid. Compromise feels like weakness. Blame feels powerful. World War I experience. World War I begins. Hitler volunteers for the army. He fights for Germany. War gives him direction. Discipline gives him belonging. He feels respected as a soldier. He serves as a messenger. He survives dangerous missions. He is wounded in battle. He is awarded medals. The war shapes his thinking. Loyalty becomes everything. Sacrifice feels meaningful. In 1918, Germany surrenders. Hitler is shocked. He feels betrayed. He believes Germany was stabbed in the back. Anger deepens further. Hatred finds justification. Democracy is blamed again. Post-war radicalization. Germany collapses after defeat. Hitler returns to chaos. Revolution spreads in cities. Political violence is common. Fear dominates public life. Hitler joins political meetings. He listens closely. He observes weaknesses. He learns crowd psychology. He discovers his speaking ability. His speeches attract attention. His voice is emotional. His words are simple. He blames clear enemies. Listeners feel understood. Anger becomes unity. Fear becomes purpose. Hitler finds his role. He joins a small party. It is called the German Workers' Party. Entry into politics, Hitler quickly rises inside the party. His speeches draw crowds. He reshapes the party ideology. Nationalism becomes central. Anti-Semitism becomes core belief. Democracy is rejected openly. Violence is justified. The party is renamed. It becomes the Nazi Party. Symbols are created carefully. The swastika is adopted. Uniforms create identity. Parades create discipline. Propaganda spreads the message. Hitler becomes party leader. Loyalty is demanded. Opposition is attacked. Politics becomes confrontation. The movement grows steadily. A new ideology takes root. The Nazi movement develops a clear ideology. Nationalism becomes its foundation. Germany is portrayed as a victim. The past is glorified repeatedly. Defeat is called a betrayal. Democracy is blamed for weakness. Freedom is called disorder. Obedience is praised as strength. Authority becomes sacred. Questioning is discouraged. Racism becomes official belief. Germans are labeled as master race. Minorities are labeled as enemies. Jews are blamed for problems. Communists are called traitors. Liberals are mocked as weak. Hatred is simplified. Complex problems get simple enemies. Fear is redirected toward targets. Creating an enemy propaganda creates constant threats. Jews are portrayed as dangerous. Posters spread stereotypes. Newspapers repeat lies. Lies become familiar. Familiar lies feel true. Violence is justified slowly. Discrimination feels acceptable. Society becomes divided. Neighbors turn suspicious. Hatred is normalized daily. Empathy is weakened. Cruelty feels patriotic. Loyalty is tested constantly. Silence becomes survival. Speaking out feels risky. Fear controls behavior. Fear controls thought. Nazi ideology fills public space. There is no escape from messaging. Power of propaganda. Propaganda becomes a powerful weapon. Radio spreads Nazi speeches. Posters cover city walls. Newspapers support the movement. Cinema glorifies the party. Rallies are carefully staged. Music creates emotion. Flags create unity. Crowds feel powerful together. Individual thinking disappears. Speeches are theatrical. Timing is calculated. Language is emotional. Facts are ignored. Feelings are prioritized. Anger is encouraged. Hope is promised. Pride is restored symbolically. Masses feel included. Identity becomes collective. Hitler as a speaker at the center stands Adolf Hitler. His speeches are intense. His tone changes dramatically. Silence builds tension. Shouting releases emotion. Gestures reinforce words. Crowds respond passionately. Listeners feel personally addressed. He appears confident. Confidence attracts followers. He presents himself as savior. He claims to understand suffering. He promises national rebirth. He promises revenge. He promises order. Many believe him sincerely. Desperation clouds judgment. Critical thinking fades. Loyalty replaces reason. Faith replaces evidence. Mass appeal grows. Nazi membership increases rapidly. Youth are attracted strongly. Veterans feel respected. Workers feel protected. Middle class seeks stability. Business leaders see opportunity. Conservatives see control. Fear unites different groups. Nazism becomes mainstream. A dangerous movement gains momentum. Politics turns violent. Nazi politics moves from words to violence. Democracy becomes a battlefield. Streets turn into war zones. Political rivals are attacked openly. Fear replaces debate. Violence becomes routine. Elections feel dangerous. Public meetings turn violent. Law and order weakens. The state loses control. Communists and Nazis clash daily. Police struggle to maintain peace. Courts appear powerless. Justice feels selective. Strong groups dominate streets. Weak voices disappear. Democracy begins to suffocate. Citizens fear speaking openly. Silence becomes safety. Violence becomes political language. The SAA stormtroopers, the Nazi Party, creates a paramilitary force. It is called the SA. Members wear brown uniforms. They march through streets. They show power publicly. They protect Nazi meetings. They intimidate opponents. They break strikes violently. They destroy rival offices. Fear spreads through neighborhoods. The SI grows rapidly. Unemployed men joined eagerly. Violence gives them identity. Uniforms give them purpose. Discipline feels empowering. Loyalty to the party deepens. Brutality is encouraged. Punishment is rare. Law bends before force. The streets belong to Nazis. The SS. Elite force. Another group is formed secretly. It is called the SS. It is smaller, but more loyal. Discipline is extreme. Loyalty is absolute. Members swear personal allegiance. They answer only to Adolf Hitler. Fear surrounds their reputation. Silence follows their arrival. Power becomes centralized. The SS controls security. Intelligence gathers information. Spies watch citizens. Informers are everywhere. Trust between people collapses. Fear enters private life. The state watches constantly. Opposition is identified early. Arrests increase quietly. Terror becomes organized. Weimar democracy collapses. The Weimar government grows weaker. Coalitions fail repeatedly. Elections produce instability. Extremists gain seats. Moderate voices shrink. Parliament becomes ineffective. Emergency powers are used often. Democracy is bypassed legally. Authority shifts to individuals. The Constitution is abused. People lose faith in elections. Strong leadership seems attractive. Compromise feels useless. Order feels necessary. Fear justifies control. Freedom feels dangerous. Stability becomes priority. Rights feel secondary. Democracy stands alone. Enemies surround it. Hitler enters government. Nazi popularity continues to rise. Conservative elites fear communism. They seek control through Hitler. Deals are made secretly. Power is underestimated. In 1933, Hitler is appointed chancellor. Celebrations erupt among supporters. Many believe he will be controlled. They are wrong. Democracy faces its final threat. The Reichstag fire. Hitler is now Chancellor of Germany. Power is not yet complete. Opposition still exists. Parliament still functions. Democracy is weak, but alive. Hitler looks for an opportunity. That opportunity comes suddenly. In February 1933, a fire breaks out. The Reichstag building is burning. Flames light up the night sky. Germany is shocked. Fear spreads instantly. Hitler reacts immediately. He blames communists for the fire. Evidence is never proven, but panic dominates logic. The public demands action. Hitler promises protection. Emergency powers are requested. The president agrees. Civil liberties are suspended. Freedom of speech ends. Freedom of press ends. Freedom of assembly ends. Police gain unlimited power. Arrests begin nationwide. Communists are targeted first. Opposition leaders disappear. Fear silences society. Terror becomes legal. Destruction of opposition. Nazi forces raid homes. Political offices are shut down. Newspapers are banned. Meetings are forbidden. Thousands are arrested. Concentration camps are opened. Prisoners are detained without trial. Torture becomes common. Fear spreads rapidly. Resistance collapses quietly. Elections are held under terror. Nazi intimidation is everywhere. Opposition cannot campaign freely. Violence controls voting. Nazis gain more seats, but still lack full control. Hitler demands absolute authority. Parliament is pressured heavily. Threats replace debate. Fear replaces democracy. The Enabling Act, a crucial vote, approaches. It is called the Enabling Act. This law transfers power. Parliament will lose authority. Hitler will rule by decree. The vote takes place under intimidation. Armed guards surround the building. Opposition members are absent. Many are arrested already. Others are too afraid to attend. The act is passed. Democracy ends legally. The Constitution is destroyed. Law submits to one man. Parliament becomes meaningless. Courts lose independence. Checks and balances vanish. Germany becomes a dictatorship. Power is centralized completely. The transformation is complete. Hitler becomes dictator. Adolf Hitler now controls the state. He controls the government. He controls the police. He controls the army. He controls the media. Opposition no longer exists. Fear ensures obedience. Loyalty is enforced. Silence is survival. Freedom disappears quietly. Many celebrate stability. Others fear speaking. Some believe order has returned. Few realize the cost. Germany has surrendered democracy, not by force alone, but by fear and law. The Nazi state is born. Total control begins. The road to totalitarianism is complete. Total control begins. The dictatorship is now complete. The state controls every institution. Germany enters a new phase. Society is reshaped completely. Loyalty becomes mandatory. Obedience becomes survival. Control of media and information. The press is tightly controlled. Radio becomes a state tool. Nazi messages dominate broadcasts. News is carefully selected. Truth is replaced by ideology. Repetition creates belief. Silence removes doubt. Propaganda enters every home. No alternative voices remain. Film is used strategically. Movies glorify the regime. Leaders are portrayed as heroes. Enemies are demonized. Reality is distorted daily. Lives feel normal. Normal feels safe. Safety feels loyal. Loyalty feels necessary. Control becomes invisible. Education under Nazism schools are transformed ideologically. Teachers must support Nazism. Dissenting teachers are removed. Curriculum is rewritten. History is altered. Science is politicized. Racism is taught as fact. Obedience is praised. Questioning is punished. Critical thinking disappears. Children learn loyalty early. The state replaces parents. Books are censored. Un-German ideas are banned. Book burnings send a message. Knowledge is controlled. Ignorance becomes strength. Uniform thinking spreads. Education becomes indoctrination. The future is shaped carefully. Youth and indoctrination youth organizations expand rapidly. Children join Nazi groups. Uniforms create identity. Marching builds discipline. Songs build emotion. Loyalty is rewarded. Doubt is discouraged. Parents lose influence. The party becomes family. The leader becomes symbol. War is romanticized. Sacrifice is glorified. Death is presented as honor. Boys train for soldiers. Girls train for motherhood. Gender roles are enforced. Individual dreams disappear. The state decides futures. Youth become tools. The cycle continues. Culture, fear, and daily life. Art must serve ideology. Music must inspire nationalism. Modern art is banned. Creativity is restricted. Culture becomes propaganda. Surveillance enters daily life. Informers are everywhere. Neighbors watch. Neighbors. Trust collapses quietly. Fear enters homes. People censor themselves. Conversations become careful. Silence becomes habit. Loyalty is performed publicly. Private thoughts are hidden. The regime feels permanent. Resistance feels impossible. Society adapts to fear. Control feels normal. Nazism becomes everyday life. Beginning of persecution. Nazism now targets specific groups. Jews become the primary enemy. Hatred turns into policy. Discrimination becomes law. Society is divided officially. Jews are labeled outsiders. Neighbors become strangers. Prejudice becomes state duty. Silence enables cruelty. Fear spreads quietly. Legal discrimination to Jewish laws are introduced. Jews lose civil rights. They cannot hold government jobs. They cannot teach in schools. They cannot work in media. Professional licenses are revoked. Doctors are dismissed. Lawyers are banned. Careers end overnight. Lives collapse suddenly. Jewish businesses are boycotted. Signs mark Jewish shops. Customers are discouraged. Poverty spreads among families. Isolation becomes severe. Dignity is stripped away. Nuremberg laws, new racial laws are announced. They are called the Nuremberg laws. Citizenship is redefined racially. Jews lose German citizenship. Marriage between Jews and Germans is banned. Relationships become crimes. Love becomes illegal. Families are torn apart. Law becomes a weapon. Racism is legalized. Identity is reduced to blood. Birth determines fate. Equality is abolished completely. Courts enforce discrimination. Police enforce hatred. Bureaucracy enables cruelty. Paperwork destroys lives. Law protects oppression. Justice disappears. Humanity fades. Social isolation and FEAR Jews are removed from public life. They are banned from parks. They are banned from schools. They are banned from transport. Public humiliation increases. Violence becomes more common. Attacks are ignored by police. Victims receive no protection. Perpetrators feel empowered. Hatred spreads openly. Kristallnacht violence reaches a turning point. In November 1938, attacks erupt. Jewish homes are destroyed. Synagogues are burned. Shops are smashed. Streets fill with broken glass. This night is called Kristallnacht. Thousands are arrested. Many are killed. Terror shocks the nation. The state encourages violence. Police do not intervene. Firefighters protect only non-Jewish property. Fear becomes absolute. Jews realize the danger. Escape becomes urgent. Borders remain closed. The world offers little help. Silence becomes deadly. Persecution intensifies further. Towards systematic destruction, discrimination evolves into destruction. Hatred becomes organized. Camps expand rapidly. Forced labor increases. Dehumanization becomes policy. Compassion disappears. The regime prepares darker plans. Violence becomes systematic. The road to genocide opens. Humanity stands at the edge. Threats from within Nazi power now appear strong. But internal tensions exist. The SA has grown too powerful. Its leaders demand more influence. They want social revolution. Business. Elites feel threatened. The army feels uneasy. Conservative supporters worry. Hitler faces a dilemma. Power must be secured. The SA leader challenges authority. Street violence embarrasses the regime. Discipline is questioned. Hitler listens carefully. The army demands action. Loyalty must be proven. A decision is made secretly. Rivals will be eliminated. Night of the Long Knives in June 1934. Arrests begin. Nazi leaders are targeted. The operation is sudden. It is brutal and secret. The SA leadership is arrested. Many are executed immediately. No trials are held. Accusations replace evidence. Fear spreads rapidly. The purge expands quickly. Political opponents are killed. Old enemies are removed. Personal rivals disappear. Loyalty is tested by blood. Silence follows executions. The event is later justified. It is called the nation is told lies. Many accept the explanation. Terror proves effective. Aftermath of the purge, the SA is weakened permanently. The SS gains power. Fear ensures obedience. Opposition within Nazism ends. No rival centers remain. Power is centralized further. The army is reassured. Conservative elites relax briefly. Order appears restored. Violence is normalized. The public is shocked, but resistance does not rise. Fear prevents protest. Many justify the killings. Stability feels worth the cost. Morality is compromised. Law submits to power. Murder becomes political tool. The state crosses a line. There is no return. Army oath and total loyalty soon after. The president dies. A power vacuum appears. Offices are merged quickly. Chancellor and president become one. A new title is created. Führer and head of state. Power becomes absolute. The army is summoned. Soldiers swear a new oath. The oath is personal. Loyalty is sworn to Adolf Hitler, not to the Constitution, not to the nation, but to one man. This oath binds the army. Disobedience becomes treason. Resistance becomes betrayal. The military submits fully. No institution can challenge power. Total control is achieved. Consequences of absolute power. Fear governs society completely. Law is whatever the leader decides. Courts obey orders. Police enforce ideology. Bureaucracy follows commands. Violence is legalized. Opposition is impossible. The dictatorship is absolute. Germany stands united by fear. The path to disaster is clear, with total power secured. Priorities shift. Germany begins rearming openly. The Treaty of Versailles is ignored. Factories produce weapons again. Tanks roll off assembly lines. Aircraft fill the skies. The army expands rapidly. Conscription is reintroduced. Young men are called to serve. Militarism becomes national pride. Parades display new strength. Crowds cheer loudly. Fear turns into confidence. Unemployment falls quickly. War production creates jobs. Economic recovery appears real. Support for the regime increases. Critics remain silent. Success hides danger. Aggression feels justified. Testing the world, German troops enter the Rhineland. This area was meant to stay demilitarized. International treaties are violated. No military response follows. France hesitatis. Britain avoids conflict. Hitler gains confidence. Each success encourages more risk. The world sends a clear message. Aggression will not be punished. Diplomacy weakens further. Appeasement becomes policy. Peace is prioritized over justice. Dictators feel emboldened. Germany prepares for expansion. National pride reaches new heights. Propaganda celebrates revival. War is framed as defense. Truth is distorted again. The public believes the story. Expansion begins. Germany looks toward Austria. Cultural unity is emphasized. Pressure is applied quietly. Threats are made publicly. Austrian resistance collapses. German troops enter peacefully. The Anschluss is declared. Crowds welcome the army. Another border disappears. The world protests weekly. Encouraged by success, demands grow. Czechoslovakia becomes the next target. German minorities are used as excuse. Threats of war increase tension. Leaders meet to avoid conflict. Agreements are signed under pressure. Peace is promised once more. Promises are broken quickly. Occupation follows soon after. Europe realizes the danger late. Hitler's vision at the center stands. Adolf Hitler. He dreams of expansion. He speaks of living space. Eastern Europe becomes the goal. War is seen as necessary. Compromise is rejected. Strength replaces diplomacy. Violence replaces negotiation. Peace becomes temporary tactic. The final confrontation approaches. Final steps toward war. Germany signs strategic agreements. Temporary alliances are formed. Enemies are isolated. Military plans are finalized. Poland becomes the next target. Demands are issued forcefully. Poland refuses to surrender. Tension reaches breaking point. Europe prepares anxiously. The world senses disaster. Years of choices return together. Fear has ruled too long. Silence has encouraged violence. Dictators feel unstoppable. Democracy stands divided. Peace has no defenders left. The road from Nazism is complete. It now leads directly to war. Humanity holds its breath. World War II is moments away. A society transformed Nazism reshapes German society completely. Freedom no longer exists. Fear becomes a daily companion. Obedience replaces choice. Individual rights disappear quietly. The state controls identity. Loyalty defines survival. Silence defines safety. Questioning becomes dangerous. Conformity becomes normal. People adapt to repression. Survival overrides morality. Many choose silence. Some choose cooperation. Few choose resistance. The majority watches quietly. Normal life continues artificially. Shops open daily. Children attend school. Fear hides behind routine. Moral compromised neighbors avoid eye contact. Trust between citizens collapses. Informers are everywhere. Words are chosen carefully. Jokes disappear. Honesty becomes risky. Compassion weakens slowly. Injustice feels distant. Victims feel invisible. Society grows numb. Laws justify cruelty. Orders excuse violence. Responsibility feels shared. Guilt feels diluted. Following orders becomes normal. Morality is redefined. Humanity is devalued. Ideology replaces conscience. Evil feels organized. Atrocity feels bureaucratic. The role of leadership at the center remains Adolf Hitler. His authority feels absolute. His image dominates public space. Portraits appear everywhere. Loyalty is demanded constantly. Criticism is unthinkable. The leader becomes the state. The state becomes the leader. Responsibility concentrates upward. Accountability disappears. Culture of fear. Fear controls behavior. Fear controls thought. Fear controls silence. Public enthusiasm masks anxiety. Applause hides doubt. Crowds cheer automatically. Private thoughts remain hidden. Double lives become common. Truth retreats indoors. Lies dominate public life. Violence feels distant to many. Camps feel abstract. Victims feel unseen. Distance creates denial. Denial creates comfort. Comfort sustains the system. The regime depends on this cycle. Society becomes complicit. Even without direct action, silence enables harm. Consequences within Germany. Moral values collapse gradually. Justice loses meaning. Law becomes power's tool. Ethics become conditional. Human life loses value. Violence becomes acceptable. Hatred becomes ordinary. Extremism becomes normalized. Society loses its compass. Humanity erodes daily. Some Germans resist quietly. Many are arrested. Some are executed. Courage is punished harshly. Fear discourages imitation. Resistance remains limited. The system feels unbreakable. Nazism appears permanent. But consequences are approaching. History prepares its judgment. The war that Nazism created returns home. Germany faces total conflict. Civilians suffer immensely. Infrastructure collapses. Hunger spreads again. Fear becomes constant. Propaganda loses power. Reality becomes undeniable. The army faces defeat. Young soldiers are sent to fight. Children are mobilized. Faith in victory fades. Lies collapse under truth. The regime weakens. Collapse of the Nazi state. The Nazi system begins to fall. Allied forces enter Germany. Cities lie in ruins. Refugees flood roads. Authority breaks down. Orders lose meaning. Fear no longer protects power. The illusion ends. In Berlin, the end approaches. The leadership hides underground. Adolf Hitler faces defeat. His promises collapse completely. His vision ends in destruction. Germany lies devastated. Millions are dead. Millions are displaced. The regime cannot survive reality. Nazism collapses under its crimes. The dictatorship ends violently. Silence replaces propaganda. Reckoning and revelation, the world discovers the truth. Concentration camps are revealed. Survivors tell their stories. Mass graves are uncovered. Evidence shocks humanity. Denial becomes impossible. The scale of cruelty is revealed. The cost of hatred is exposed. Justice is demanded. Trials begin. Leaders are held accountable. Crimes are documented. The world listens in horror. Excuses are rejected. Following orders is not accepted. Responsibility is emphasized. Law confronts power. Memory becomes duty. History records the truth. Silence is broken. Lessons for the future. Nazism did not rise overnight. It grew from fear and anger. It grew from economic suffering. It grew from injustice. It grew from silence. Democracy died slowly. Freedom was surrendered gradually. Hate was normalized step by step. Dictators rose through consent, not only through force. The lesson is clear. Injustice must be challenged early. Hate must be confronted immediately. Lies must be exposed. Silence must be broken. Democracy must be protected. Human rights must be defended. History must be remembered. Forgetting invites repetition. Memory offers protection. Powerful documentary ending. This was the rise of Nazism. This was the role of leadership. This was the cost of fear. This was the cost of silence. This was the cost of hatred. Millions paid the price. Humanity carries the scars. The story must be told. Again and again. For every generation, because history is watching. The future is listening. The choice remains ours. To speak or stay silent. To resist or accept. To remember or forget. This was not just Germany's story. It is a human story. A warning written in history. Never again.